we actually now have video, right? Like week 1 and week 2 are totally different animals because the Colts weren't showing all the things in the preseason they were going to do. But now if you're the Texans, you got a pretty good idea. And you already knew it was going to be a lot of the zone read and RPO stuff. And that's the same for the Colts, right? Like they have a pretty good idea of what the Texans want to do with Stroud. What's sort of the consensus on Stroud and the Texans after that first game?
I think with Stroud, on the one hand, there's some legitimate excuse making because the offensive line was so haphazard and bad. But there were also some game management issues in terms of just getting the play call in, getting the play called in the huddle, breaking the huddle, getting up to the line. Things were gummed up a lot. So they ended up burning a lot of timeouts. And that was discouraging because we thought that he was perhaps a little bit more advanced than that. But on the whole, and I'm trying to gauge like maybe how we feel about it, but how the fan base feels about it as well. I think people are pretty optimistic. Like there were a lot of the issues looked like classic rookie issues of either nerves or a little bit of discombobulation because you're a rookie, and they're very fixable errors.
So how do you know with the timeouts and the huddle stuff, how do you know how much of that's Stroud and how much of that's a first-time OC?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it's like if we're trying to make excuses for Stroud, we blame Slowik. But if we're trying not to stab ourselves in the eyes over having a bad offensive coordinator, we blame the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, it just depends, Ross.
The rookie quarterback feels like it get fixed faster. Ross, there were elements like they had 2 illegal shifts. They had multiple timeouts burned to avoid delay games. It felt like a classic first-time offensive coordinator who was trying to do too much. Like where, okay, we got all these grand schemes and plans, and we're going to use a lot of pre-snap motion to keep everybody off base, and then you forget that, like, oh, yeah, we're not actually good at any of this stuff yet. So that part of it is definitely, at least partly Bobby Slowik for not dumbing it down enough for a rookie quarterback.